optimism for hitting my 2,000 word goal today was frankly at the highest it was at this point. Did that change over the course of the day? Absolutely. Let me take you along on my Sunday, November 2nd, for day 2 of Novel November. So first off was breakfast. Sundays are kind of like my reset day. So I usually pick like one major chore, and then obviously I do a lot of prep work for the week. And so today's chore was clothes because it is getting colder, and I needed to get all of our laundry done so we could start swapping out, summer stuff for fall stuff. Also really needed to do the couch cushions. I have like washable covers over them, so those also needed to be washed. But before I could do any of that, frankly, I needed breakfast. But that's the point of this challenge. And that's why I've been setting each sprint goal for 2,000 words. And that is why on day 1, I pushed really hard to do 2 sprints. So I had that kind of flexibility to be able to be like, well, you know what? I may not hit those 2,000 words, but that's okay. So while I was making myself breakfast, I also had already thrown in my couch covers because I knew those were going to be one of the longest to dry, and I wanted to make sure that those were ready for the evening. After breakfast, I set up my sprint goal for the day, kind of just had my laptop open and kind of ready for whenever I decided to try to write. As you can kind of see, I was starting off at 5,000 words, a little over 5,000 words. And for whatever reason, the novel sprint word count is still double what my manuscript count is. I still don't know why. It has not updated to be different. So that is what it is. So what proceeded to follow was the most painful writing sprint I have ever tried or attempted. First, my couch covers were done, so I had to go take those upstairs to lay them out to dry, which also required my tiny overlord to inspect my couch cushion placement, as well as judge my choice of leggings. Then I sat down, determined to write, and proceeded to stare at the ceiling and resist the urge to paint it. So lunch to maybe give my brain some fuel to make this work, and at that point, I had hit 137 words. And before I even knew it, groceries were acquired, my kids were back, and it was time to make dinner, including prepping for stuff for tomorrow night. After scarfing my own dinner down, it was time to dry the final load. And then put my couch cushions back together, including inspection requirement by the tiny overlords. And at this point, you know what? It's like 7:30. It is bedtime for my children. It is our normal nighttime routine. And I know I'm not getting anything done until they get to bed. And I had written about 752 words at this point, so I really had to buckle down. Unfortunately, about 10 o'clock, I called it at 1,548 words. So I didn't quite hit my goal, but you know what? Good try. Toodaloo.